DWS swears F-pin with hidden meaning. Gun-loving patriotics deliver nasty surprise. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is taking off patriotic Americans who know the liberal losers are all hoping to destroy our Second Amendment rights. DWS showed up at a press conference wearing a fairly large letter F pin on her lapel, which she proudly showed off. However, gun-loving patriots delivered a nasty surprise. The Democratic Party has moved so far to the left. They are now the party which wants to destroy the Second Amendment. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is the perfect example of this new radical agenda that has crept into the mainstream for leftists. Sporting a large F pin on her lapel, she was so proud to tell reporters it stands for her National Rifle Association grade. For those who aren't aware, many large organizations give a grade to each politician on certain issues, and DWS gets an F on our Second Amendment. She's hiding the fact that if the NRA grades you an F, that makes you anti-American because you want the Second Amendment gone.Rush. Limbaugh went off on the leftists, saying, "TV media is presenting one solution with a number of subsets, and that one solution is, if taken to its extreme, getting rid of the Second Amendment. Short of that, it's somehow a piece of legislation getting rid of guns or preventing the sale of guns going forward. If they could, they'd wipe out the Second Amendment. That is the objective, and that's the sole perspective that we're being presented." He continued, "They're scared and they're unsure, and, of course, they want something done. It makes total sense." Here, grab soundbite number 6. This is the Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz soundbite. This was last night in Parkland, Florida. They're doing it again. They're turning a prayer vigil, a memorial, into a political rally. At least Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz was. This is how it sounds. "We must hold other people's elected officials accountable. We must make sure that they hear us," DWS said as the vigil after the Parkland shooting. "We will help lead you to help other communities elect people who will do the right thing, who will make sure no one's families ever have to go through this again," she added. Let's be clear what this really is. Can you imagine politicians campaigning against the First Amendment? The left is already doing that too. When they speak of hate speech legislation and when Twitter and Facebook censor content based solely on politics, then that's a First Amendment issue. Schultz is embroiled in the A1 brothers scandal, where she employed and strangely protected two brothers who end up being the IT guys for half the Democrats on Capitol Hill. Yes, these A1 brothers are Muslims, and they hacked into and stole classified documents along with stealing hardware. The Daily Caller's Lou Krosiak sounded off on the IT scandal, saying, "This is the biggest story that you never hear about. It's a hack on the Congress by foreigners and the Democrats didn't care about it. They didn't stop it." These are the same people who were talking constantly about cyber breaches and Russia. And if you care about one, you've got to care about the other. So why haven't they addressed it?